When Barack Obama left the White House, his net worth was a respectable $1.3 million. Today, it is an estimated $70 million. How did the former president build such a massive fortune? It is a story of record-breaking book deals, million-dollar speeches, and a Hollywood production empire. From multi-million-dollar mansions to a surprisingly humble car collection, we are breaking down how Obama made his money and exactly how he spends it. Stay with us as we follow the money. So, where does a $70 million fortune actually come from? Well, it is not from the presidential salary. While in office, Obama earned $400,000 a year, which adds up to $3.2 million over his 8-year term. Throw in an annual pension of over $200,000 and you've got a solid foundation. But that's just the appetizer. The main course is where the real fortune is made. The real money, the kind that launches you into the big leagues. Their very first film, American Factory, won the Academy Award for Best Documentary Feature. They have since produced a string of hits, including the documentary Becoming, the kids series Waffles and Mochi, and the thriller Leave the World Behind. After their deal with Spotify ended, Higher Ground inked another multi-million-dollar contract with Audible, further expanding their media empire. Books, speeches, and production deals, this is the financial engine that turned a public servant into a multi-millionaire mogul. So, what do you do with a $70 million fortune? You build a life that's a perfect mix of privacy, luxury, and family time. The Obama spending reveals a portfolio of exclusive real estate, a life of globe-trotting with the rich and famous, and a surprisingly practical approach to their cars. Let's start with real estate. When they left the White House in 2017, they made a practical choice: stay in Washington, D.C., so their youngest daughter, Sasha, could finish high school. They bought an $8.1 million 8,200 square foot mansion in the elite Kalorama neighborhood. The 9-bedroom home is both stately and spacious, with plenty of room for family and the ever-present Secret Service. Their neighbors include political elites and business titans like Jeff Bezos. But their D.C. house is just their city home. For a real escape, the Obamas head to Martha's Vineyard. In 2019, they bought a stunning waterfront estate for $11.75 million. Sprawling across nearly 30 acres, the estate is the definition of privacy and luxury. It's less like a house and more like their own private national park, shielded from the outside world, complete with a nearly 7,000 square foot main house, a private pool, a boathouse, and their own private beach. This is their sanctuary. Of course, they still own their family home in Chicago's Hyde Park neighborhood, and reports suggest they also own a vacation home in Hawaii, Obama's birthplace, completing a real estate portfolio that stretches from the nation's capital to the shores of the Pacific. When you own homes in places like these, you travel in style. The Obamas have been seen kite surfing with billionaire Richard Branson on his private Necker Island and sailing the French Polynesian Islands on the Rising Sun, a 453-foot super yacht owned by David Geffen. The guest list on that trip? Just a few friends: Tom Hanks, Bruce Springsteen, and Oprah Winfrey. The yacht itself is a floating palace, showing the elite circles the Obamas now move in. These trips, often by private jet, define a post-presidency filled with leisure and luxury on a global scale. With a fortune in the tens of millions and a collection of stunning homes, you'd probably expect Barack Obama's garage to be filled with exotic supercars. But here's where the story takes a surprising turn. His car collection is famously humble and practical. One of his best-known cars is a 2008 Ford Escape Hybrid. As president, Obama was a vocal supporter of green energy, and owning a fuel-efficient SUV was a clear symbol of that commitment. It's a practical, family-friendly vehicle, not a flashy toy, perfect for the dad-in-chief persona he often projected. Before that, Obama drove a 2005 Chrysler 300C. With its powerful Hemi V8 engine, it was a stylish American sedan that showed a bit of swagger. After he became president, an owner who later bought the car famously tried to auction it on eBay with a starting bid of $1 million. The auction was unsuccessful, but it's a testament to its presidential history. Going back even further, the first new car Obama ever bought was a 2000 Jeep Grand Cherokee, a rugged, reliable SUV that points to his more modest beginnings as a state senator in Illinois. But here's the big catch. As a former president, Barack Obama is under lifelong Secret Service protection, which means he is almost never allowed to drive himself on public roads. For security, he chauffeured in a fleet of armored Chevrolet Suburbans. And of course, there's the Beast. During his presidency, his official state car was a custom Cadillac limousine nicknamed the Beast for good reason. Weighing up to 20,000 pounds, it's more of a fortress on wheels. Its doors are several inches thick and armored with 5-inch thick bulletproof glass, a reinforced chassis, and its own oxygen supply in case of a chemical attack. It even carries a supply of the president's blood type. While he no longer uses it, it was his primary ride for 8 years, a symbol of ultimate power and security. While the massive deals and luxury homes paint a lavish picture, that's only part of the story. The Obamas have always been clear that their wealth is also a tool for their mission. A significant portion of their earnings goes directly into their philanthropic work through the Obama Foundation. When they signed their record-breaking $65 million book deal, they announced they would donate a significant portion of the proceeds to charity, including their own foundation. Think of it as using their jackpot winnings to provide the initial fuel for their new mission's engine. The Obama Foundation itself is a hugely ambitious project aimed at inspiring and empowering the next generation of leaders. It runs global programs like the My Brother's Keeper Alliance, which supports boys and young men of color, and the Girls' Opportunity Alliance, which focuses on educating adolescent girls around the world. The most visible symbol of this mission is the Obama Presidential Center, under construction in Chicago's Jackson Park and expected to open in 2026. This is not just a museum to look back at his presidency, it's being built as a power plant for the future. With an estimated cost of $850 million, the center will include a museum, a public library branch, and an athletic center, all designed to be an economic engine generating jobs, opportunity, and civic energy for the community where it all started for the Obamas. From a community organizer with student debt to a global brand with a $70 million fortune, Barack Obama's journey after the presidency is as remarkable as his path to it. He has built a life of undeniable luxury, with incredible homes and vacations that put him among the world's most influential figures. Yet he balances it with a surprisingly practical car collection and a deep, multi-million-dollar commitment